Howdy! How's all my friends out there in YouTube land tonight? Mercy sakes alive. The chat has been a rolling here. We've got folks that coming in here to see me. I'm glad to have everybody out there. We got Ghost Crow Gamer. See if I can get my tongue to work tonight. Ghost Crow Gamer in the house. We got Andy Einstman. I think I pronounced that correctly. Sonia Jones in the house. We got, well, MD95 TSI and the Regulators was here, had to leave, might be back. Frozen Fury was in here, and he said that he might be back. He has to, he said he had to go to the store, and his autocorrect said that he had to meet Tina. So I don't know. Maybe his autocorrect knows him better than he knows himself. Tim Holmes is in the house. Walker Outdoors in the house. Crystal Justice in the house. And then I said a whole bunch of stuff. I'd say Herman the Great is in the house. Good to see you in here. I don't know. I'm going to try to pronounce this. Guitar Mero 43 Castro in the house. I hope I came close. I'm not sure I got that correct. And XX Lil Monster XX is in the house. And Angela's Hangout is in the house. It's me, Brian, is in the house. How you doing, honey? Let's see. Kelly Grebo is in the house. Path Store is in the house. I bet I screwed that up. Spy Fox 259 in the house. Brown Dwarf in the house. Morrissey Art and Craft Design Studio is in the house. The Mitchell Family Reality Show TV is in the house. Hey, so it looks like, you know, we're already getting a full house here. I'm tickled to death. Man, oh man, that's great. Adriel Ross Montagiano. I hope I come close. And let's see, I think I've got, well, as I say that, more strolling. And let's see, we got Lucia McGill is in the house. Everybody sub up, sub down. But remember, you got to try to be as consistent as you can on watching the videos of these folks and leave comments so that they know that you've been there, and leave likes for these people. The view time is extremely important right now to the folks that want to get monetized. The ones that aren't interested in getting monetized, maybe not so much, but there are some that's wanting to hit that 4,000 hours that YouTube laid down. So, you know, you need to get in there and see the videos, at least play them in the background, which brings me to my next point here. And I'll probably mention this a couple times as people come and go out of the chat tonight. I brought this up last week. There's a lot of people that need help with their hours. I'm one of them. If you have the capability with some bandwidth on your computer where you can run a video or two or maybe even three or more in the background on your computer for folks, let's do that. And I'm willing to do that for folks. They extended my bandwidth here just recently, so I have more bandwidth on my computer. If you need that done for you, go to any one of my videos, any one of them, because I see every comment. Just say, in it to win it. That's all you have to say. You don't have to leave me a dissertation. You don't have to explain yourself. I know what this is all about. And just say, in it to win it. And I'll take your name, put it on the list. As spots clear up, you know, as I get people's videos played, I'll put yours up and keep things running here. And let's help each other as much as we can to try to get some view time in here. That's the only thing that I know to do, because so many people are so far behind. You know, there's some of them that would like to hit it. They've got over 1,000 subs, but maybe they've only got 500 hours. I mean, good gravy. If you've only got 500 hours and you're trying to hit 4,000, you're going to need a lot of view time. You know, even mine, I need like 1,700 hours of view time right now to be able to hit that 4,000 hours that they want. So we all need to try to help each other as much as we can. And, you know, if you're playing mine, let me know. You know, I'd love to at least give you a shout out for it. I might not be able to do, you know, a whole lot of things for you, but at least I can give you a shout out here if you're going to play my videos for me. And speaking of that, Family of Fun and Walker Outdoors has been playing my videos for me. So I'll give you a big shout out for doing that. That, man, I tell you, that's astronomical. Really. It really is. And I appreciate it beyond the moon. I've been playing them. I've got a whole list of people that I've been playing. Walker Outdoors, Interp 66, DIY Solar, Mike Johns, Glock 17, This Old Stoner, Mike Johns, Eddie Fort Fluffy. And this next one, you know, this is a mouthful. I don't know if I can even pronounce this right. It's Cast My Triadors. That's how I'm going to say it. I hope I didn't butcher it too bad for you. Family of Fun, Shane's Hobby Shop, and Pink Zebra are all ones that I've got on my list. If you need to be added to this list, just leave me a comment, any video. I'm in it to win it. That's all you got to say. And I'll play them. And anybody else that needs a list, let me know. I'll give you a list. I gave a list to Family of Fun. So, you know, that should help you out there with a little bit of playtime. Now, I'm going to back up on my chat here a little bit. Whoops, I'm knocking things over without even touching anything. I think the ghost is in here with me. I know Ghost Crow Gamer had been sick. Oh, my goodness gracious. I got a super chat. DIY Solar and Wind. Thank you very much. Greatly appreciated, honey. Thank you. I really appreciate that. Yeah, Ghost Crow Gamer, he had been sick, and I'm hoping that he's feeling better. He says he's still not good at drawing the jelly bean horses. Keep practicing. The more you practice, the better you get. You're going to be an expert at drawing jelly bean horses before I'm done with you. I'll get a ruler and say, now you keep practicing. Oh, let's see here. Who else we got in the house? Hoping that I'm not missing a whole bunch of people. Brown Dwarf's in the house. Good to see you in there. Well, thank you. Yes, I do try to be a good supporter. I ain't perfect by any stretch of the imagination, but I do my best. Let's say Angela's Hangout. She's still trying to get 1,000 subs. Keep at it. Just make friends with people. Go look at their content. Watch a video. Leave them a comment on it. And one of the things that I like, now everybody's different. One of the things I like is when somebody leaves me a comment about a video and they say, liked your video, you know, enjoyed blah, 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 whatever you was teaching, you know, whatever. And I have subbed your channel. I'd appreciate it if you come and take a look at my channel. If you like the content, sub back. I mean, you know, they're polite. It's nice. They watched a video. They're showing that they have intent. So, you know, if you approach people like that, they'll come back in kind. I'm not real fond of the ones that just leave me a comment that says, sub me. Like, did you watch my video? Are you at all interested in the content here? Are you going to be a supporter? Are you going to come back and watch more of my videos? Give me some view time. We need the view time here, you know. So you see the difference? There's a big difference there. Yeah, if you like my videos, give a thumbs up, this one or any of the rest of them. I appreciate that. Show a little support. I Believe in Ghosts is in the house. Good to have you in there. Katie Nicole's in the house. Let's see. Going down through. Trying to kind of scan everything. Hope I ain't missing much. Christian Enix Vlogs is in the house. Good to have you out there. My buddy Bo in the house. And let's see. Go on down through here. Spy Fox 259 is in the house. Hey, there's Al in the house. Odessa Woodworking and Maker Shop. Oh, you got the arc fixed so that it's not crashing? That's good. Good to hear that. Rocky Wolf in the house. Now, when you see them ones pop up, since you got a wrench there, you see them ones pop up with that need to be approved, just go ahead and approve them. It's just about subbing. It's a thing with YouTube. It's nothing I've got blocked. It's a YouTube thing. Somebody says something about subbing and they automatically put a thing up so it has to be approved. So just hit the, oh my goodness, I'm getting a telephone call from a telemarketer over here. Let's have some fun. Let me get a hold of this phone. I think they already hung up. Hello? Well, hey, Elizabeth, how are you today? You're just a recording, aren't you, Elizabeth? Either that or your mouth just keeps running all the time and you don't know when to stop. You can't even let me get a word in edgewise, can you? Lord, I wish y'all could hear this. Oh, my goodness. They're trying to send me to Disney and the Bahamas and a cruise. Oh, they want to give me a resort employee rate. Oh, and they're going to give me 75% off. Holy smoke. I have to take it in the next 18 months, though. I mean, if I wanted to put it off, then I guess I'd be screwed, wouldn't I? It's a recording thing. It's unbelievable. Hell no. She wanted to know if I make more than $40,000. She didn't hear me. They could hear me 3 states away. No. No. She just keeps asking me the same thing over and over again. Oh, yeah. They can't hook me up. Holy smoke. Only on my show. See, I told you, you never know what's going to happen on my show. Holy smoke. Yeah, I'm on Social Security. I'm going to make more than $40,000 a year. Are they kidding me? Wow. Oh, you just never know what's going to happen. I don't have speakerphone. Honey, all I got is this flip phone. This is it. It's got a camera in it. It'll take pictures, but it's just a flip phone. You ain't got no speakerphone in it. This is a $15 phone. That's my phone. I don't even have a house phone. This is it. Brenda's poor girl. Oh, mercy. Yep, you just never know what you're going to see here. I like the ones that's a wrong number. Those are the ones I really have fun with. Some of you have heard the story about the one that called me up and thought that I was selling a tent. I said, well, I'm not ready to sell none of my dresses. Now, I've been in touch with Omar, the tent maker, to make me a new one, but I don't know that I've got any that I want to sell. But when I get around to selling one, I've got your phone number here in the phone, and I'll mark it down here that you're looking to buy one. He didn't know what to say to me. Spy Fox, good to have you in the house. Glad you was able to drop by. You don't know what you're missing when you leave, because you never know what's liable to happen here next. Oh, mercy sakes alive. Yeah, everybody just keep subbing. Just keep subbing. But anyway, as I was saying before I was so rudely interrupted there by I can't even call that a telemarketer. That was a recorded scam deal. If you want on the list to have your videos played, then say a minute to win it. If you need the list, then just drop me a message, say, I need the list, and I'll drop the list to you. I mean, you don't have to worry about, oh, I've got to explain all myself to her. No, I know what this is about. I'm the one that's doing it. So, okay. So there you have that. I don't know if there's much more to say about that. Does anybody have any questions about it? I'm not seeing any questions so far. If you got any questions about it, you can ask them. If I don't have an answer, I'll make one up. I'll have that recorded telemarketer call you up and explain it to you. Oh, mercy sakes. I can't make this stuff up. Things that just happen out of the blue in life are sometimes some of the most fun. Some people get all worked up about it and get mad about telemarketers. I look at it as an opportunity to explain to them why I can't afford whatever it is they're peddling. Now let's see. I always try to show the stuff that I've been doing, and I've got a whole pile over here of stuff that I've been doing this week. Brenda is crafty. Be like Brenda. Brenda's been making all kinds of things. Let's see here. I did this gourd. I did the painting. I don't know how well that's going to show up in these LEDs, but I painted the gourd, and it's a birdhouse. It has a hole in the front of it for the birds to get in to build a nest. And I'm going to do a wire hanger on that. It's going to be in an upcoming show where I'm going to do that. Then the wooden pot that Donald sent me that had the gouges in it, I ended up putting the metal bees on it and embellishing it. And you can't even tell that it was flung across the room and beat the holy hell out of. I'm going to be doing dried flower arrangement in this one, or silk flowers or something. So that's an upcoming show. Then I did these magnets in the back of the paintings that I did. There was 3 paintings that I painted over on the Twitch channel. And over here, I showed how to put the magnets in the back, how to shim them up and fit the magnets in the back of them. And there's 3 of them total that I did. Try to get my fingers out of the way enough you can see the paintings on them, but I did flowers on all 3 of those. And I'll probably end up putting those on the Etsy. Then let's see, I painted some washers with that PBO paint. And see, I think the red one shows up the best on here. Try to get that. So see how that paint sailed on there? Those are cool. Now I've got to put the top coat on them yet, and I'm probably going to use ice resin or Dimensional Magic or something for the top coat and let that dry. The back of them just looks like a washer, and I may paint that. Put like a flat black or something on the back of it, and then hit it with a little Krylon so that it's protected there on the back and doesn't get all scratched up and such. But I did 8 of those, 4 of them on Twitch and 4 of them over here. I did cut out some pieces out of this little board. I've got 3 more on there to cut out. But you can see the holes. Cut a feather and a butterfly out of that. There's a feather. I burn it, and then I cut it out. And there's the butterfly that I did. And I'll paint those. Those are going to be embellishments, or Sonia gave me a good idea over on Twitch the other night when I was cutting these, that I can drill them and make them like a charm that hangs off of a bookmark, and on the back of them I can engrave them, somebody's name on the back. So it'd be personalized bookmark charm. Then this, well, I did the Valentine's Day show, or the Valentine's promotion show, Etsy promotion show, I don't know, whatever you want to call it. I did that went up this morning, where I talked about my Etsy store and the art and all the things that I have in the Etsy store. So, you know, if you're needing to buy gifts for people, I've got a nice album on there that would be beautiful for a wedding. I've got a lot of different things that would be nice for Valentine's Day. So if you need stuff, the Etsy store, the URL is in the description of every video I do. Let's see. Blaziken's in the house. Trespassing into the Wild's in the house. Mr. Nanhours SQ is in the house. Try not to mispronounce names. We got Cali Beauty's in the house. That's an easy one. I can do that. Interp 66 in the house. Cool. Rocky Wolf in the house. And now I'll head back the other way. See, Blaziken says, I was wondering if you can just put my name in your about since I made your band. Well, yeah, I could. As a matter of fact, I'll make a note on it. How's that? Because I'm getting old and I forget things. Thank you for reminding me. And I'll make a note of that so that I can add that to the description in the videos for you. Blaziken 219 and put in descript on video. Yeah, y'all don't be afraid to remind me of stuff. I'm getting old. And the mind is, well, the second thing to go. You don't want to know what the first one was. Oh, Drone Wolf Media in the house. I don't think that I missed anything being brought to my attention here. Build it and fix it and do it with Jay is in the house. Good to have you in here. And checking up through here, I know I look like an idiot sitting here with my mouth hanging open while I'm staring at this, but I'm just checking to make sure that I didn't miss any questions or anything anybody asked of me. If I did, type it in there again. I'll try to keep a better look with my mouth flapping. My lips get up above my eyes and I can't see. Exploring with CF in the house. Good to have you in there. Petro Williams 94 is in the house. Works hard for MK3 is in the house. Howdy back at you. Trespassing into the wild. I think I said that once, but hey, if I missed it, there it is again. So I think I'm caught up on that. I also planted a bunch of seeds over on Twitch. See, I'm doing different things over there than what I'm doing here for the most part. So you might want to watch me on Twitch too. It's BrendaG Designs, all one word, no spaces in that. It's how you find me over there on Twitch. And I did a 72 pack seed starter and I planted my maters in there and took 2 shows to get it done because of having to soak that coconut stuff. Man, that was the mess to get water into it. But now it's doing great. Seeds are even up. So going to have maters this year. And yeah, go sub me over on Twitch so that I can meet the affiliate level. I ain't even got nobody watching except Al and Sonia, maybe. Most of them, I'm sitting there by myself. So somebody needs to get signed up over there and at least watch my videos. You know, leave me a message that you watched them or something. Because I'm entertaining whether it's here or there. And then Paste de la Resistance. This is the one that I've been working on Twitch the last 3 days, I guess. And this is going to be a relief. It's all it is just etched in right now. But it's going to be a relief pattern that I'm going to chisel out. Got a bunch of deers and trees and leaves in it. So that has taken me 3 hours so far to work on, just etching it in the design. There's a lot more work to go into that one. Well, CF says that he's on Twitch, but he hasn't used it much yet. Well, thank you. Thank you very much. I'm glad to hear that there's some people coming over and taking a look at it. I'm learning as I go. I mean, everything over there is new. It's like going to a whole new universe because I use OBS over there. Over here, I'm using Hangouts. OBS is a whole nother ball game to have to learn. And then Twitch is set up a lot differently than YouTube too. So I'm learning that as I go. And I've got a lot to learn if I ever know anything over there. But at least I can get a video going. The first time that I tried doing a video over there, it didn't work. I had to go back and reload the OBS and start all over again from scratch because something didn't go right. And checking out here, see if anybody's got any more questions or anything for me. And I'm not seeing anything, so I guess everybody just subbing up and subbing down. Let's see, we got Owen's Roblox channel in the house. Glad you made it. Yeah, we'll be here a little while. You never know what's going to happen next. I might get another robocall. I think that's the best thing to refer to that thing as, is a robocall. She just starts out, my name's Elizabeth, blah, 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 blah. I mean, there, you can't get a word in edgewise. And when she finally does stop and take a breath, come up for air, then she's asked some stupid question, and she just expects a yes or a no answer. And so if you answer anything other than what she's asked you, then, so I didn't understand. So and even when you say yes, she doesn't understand it. I said yes to her stupid question about the money 4 or 5 times, wasn't it? I did not understand. Please say again, do you make more than $40,000 a year? Saying, I wish. That won't work. Hell yeah, hell no, whatever. That ain't gonna work. Let's see. It's Me Brian needs 40 more subs to 1,000. Well, just keep subbing up and down. Keep talking to people, making friends with people. I strongly encourage everybody to go over there and sub to It's Me Brian. He's a nice guy. Tracy Wigram's in the house. Good to have you in there. Richard's Reality in the house. Howdy, everybody. Everybody's over here just subbing and making friends, and we're going to be supporting each other and playing each other's videos and getting each other some view time. And like I say, don't forget me. I'm in that same boat too. I need the view time. I've got almost 1,500 subs and not enough view time to reach their requirements for the monetization level. Although, I'll admit I'm not real sure that the monetization thing is really worth it. But you don't know unless you get there, do you? $11 more to hit 2,000. Brown Dwarf. Woo! Well, hey, everybody go over there and give him some loving and get him up to the 2,000 mark. Life of Crazy 9/11 is in the house. Cool. And I'll tell you, I know there's a lot of you in here that I am not subbed to. I keep this chat up, although the ones that are in early, it drops off for me. It's only like the last 45 minutes to hour that stays in my chat. So if you sub me, you need to leave me a comment in the video so that I will pull your channel up and take a look at your videos and sub you when you leave me a comment in there. So don't just, sub and then run away. Leave me a comment on a video so that I know you've been there. Put your thumbprint on it for me. Remember, I'm old. It's a way to remind old people that we need to get in there and get that subbing done. I don't snub anybody on purpose, It's because sometimes I need a poke, like Blazer can poke me a while ago. You got to poke old people. Go over to the home and poke some people. Oh, mercy. 34 away from 800. Richard's Realty. We'll get it out. 34 away from 800. Yeah, Al, it's old people poking. Hey, you. Yep, I watch the videos, and hey, I'll admit, sometimes I don't watch them, but they're playing. Because I got a whole lot of things going on. I might have a dozen or so tabs all up at the same time doing different things. And I'm going from one to the next and getting things taken care of business. So, you know, as long as you remind me to get it up there and get it running, I'll run them for you. And if you need the whole shebang run, you know, we got what we do. Mike taught me this, Walker Outdoors, because I'm technically challenged, okay? You go to the person's channel, you hit the video tab. Right at the top of their videos, there's a little button there that says play all. And you poke that button, it'll pull up all their videos and just play them one right after the other. You just turn the volume off and just let them play. I've got channels playing in the background here right now. TJ's Woodworking Shop in the house. Good to have you in there. Howdy to you. Mobile Madness in the house. Checking my list here. Doesn't look like I've missed anybody, but if I did, say something again and I'll see you. Sometimes you got to type it a couple times. I get talking and I don't see what's going on in the chat. Drone Wolf Media in the house. Well, thank you very much. I appreciate that. Says he's going to put some of my videos in a playlist and put it on overnight. Good. Yeah, and make sure you all have, if you're going to do that, you have enough bandwidth or unlimited data and all that kind of thing. We're not trying to run anybody's bills up. I know not everybody can do it. Some of you are doing this on telephones and such, and, you know, you can't do what those of us that have a computer can do. And then some of you have computers, but you don't have enough bandwidth. And, you know, if you don't have the capability, I understand, you know, it's one of the things. I lived out in the middle of no place with dial-up internet for years. And so, you know, I'm well aware of the limitations. Well, Richard's Realty, are you monetized now? I mean, up until the 20th of February? I'm waiting to see what he types up there. Brian says he is. Yeah, I'm Richard's Realty is. So yeah. And now they want the 4,000 hours. So, you know, you only had 1,000 hours of view time. You need 3,000 more hours. You need a whole lot of people playing your videos all the time. And the thing of it is, though, even if they demonetize you temporarily, and I'm putting you on the list, if they demonetize you temporarily because you don't have the hours, as long as you get the hours eventually, then you can be remonetized. And putting that down here on my list so that I know to get you in there as soon as the stuff that's playing finishes up. We'll get more going on. So it's not like you can't ever be monetized again. You just need 3,000 more hours. You know, people look at that and say, oh, Lord, I'll never reach that. Well, some people have reached it. It's not out of the realm of possibility. You just need a whole lot of people watching your videos. No, it's 4,000 hours within a 12-month period to qualify you for monetization. Once you have reached the 4,000 hours, that's it. They don't expect you to continue, at least not at this point. They're not asking you to continue to get 4,000 hours in a 12-month, you know, every 12-month running period. This is just what they're saying you have to have now. Now, I expect that'll change eventually, you know, because they keep pumping it up. And so this is just the goal that we have to reach right now. It may change in the future. How many minutes is 4,000 hours? It's 240,000 minutes. Yeah, Richard's Realty answered it. It's 240,000 minutes. Okay, who told you that, CF? $20,000 minutes per month. Where's that information coming from? Because this is the first that I've heard of that one. I'm not saying it's not true. I'm just saying I haven't heard of it. Okay, I'm waiting for an answer on that. Well, yeah, I understand that wholeheartedly, Drone Wolf. He says he turned his monetization off until he can actually benefit from it. So no sense letting YouTube profit from my channel if I can't. Well, yeah, there's a lot to be said for that. I have also thought of that as well. I mean, I'm not monetized, but I've thought about for the channels that are. I mean, it could be a revolt. If everybody turned off the monetization, I mean, you're not going to get the big channels to do that. The PewDiePies and all that, the ones that have multi-million subscribers and stuff to them. But yeah, if all the smaller channels that are monetized, it's going to have a rough time, just shut it off. And there's no ads playing, then maybe, it might get YouTube's attention. Maybe, I don't know if it would be enough to jolt them. I think they need jolted. 3 friends losing monetization and 240,000 divided by 12 equals 20,000 minutes a month. Well, yes, but they're not saying that you have to maintain that. I've not seen any place saying that you have to maintain that. Is all they've said so far that I've seen is that you have to reach 40 or 4,000 hours within a 12-month period of time. So between last, well, we might as well say February now because we're almost February. Between last February and this February, you need to have 40 or 4,000 hours of view time. Once you reach that and you have 1,000 subs, then you qualify for monetization. But there's not been any place that I've seen where they say you have to maintain that volume. Now, like I said, that can change. They might down the pipe say that that's what has to happen. Say we got Malpa TV in the house. Angela's Hangout in the house. Tabby Smith, ATBEBO in the house. And TJ's is leaving. Good to have you in there. Glad you was able to make it, at least for a little bit. Exploring CF says he'd be right back. We'll be waiting. The next robocall's for you. Corbin Connection Comedy in the house. Oh, he's in the apartment. Okay. That's better than being in a compartment. That could be a scary proposition right there. Depends on what kind of a compartment it is, I suppose. As long as it's not about a 6-foot wooden box. Put wheels on the bottom of it, drive it up, say, hey, here's your ride. Well, I understand not everybody can stay, but we'll miss you. We'll talk about you after you're gone. Al, I don't care if they tell people to sub to their channel. You know, I mean, I can talk till I'm blue in the face telling them that it's going to do them more good just to go and sub to people's channels and make friends with them until I'm blue in the face. But they're going to put up there that they want to sub people. And, you know, sub me, sub me, sub me. Look, just go sub people. I mean, you can type it on there. You're wearing your fingers out. It's like trying to teach a pig to sing. You're wasting your time and annoying the pig. Just get in there and sub people and leave them a message on their video saying I subbed you. And you know, you can say I'd appreciate it if you sub me back. Please sub me back. But it's nicer just to make friends with people, you know, than it is just type in here forever. Sub me, sub me, sub me, sub me, sub me. Yeah, you know, that's the point of it. You make friends with people and you're building a network. We're building a YouTube network where we can support each other. And I don't know. I mean, who knows? This may all be in vain because every time we make a move that, you know, it's going to be like a chess game and YouTube's going to make a counter move and say, okay, now we're going to do this. You met that goal. Now let's do this. And you did this. And now let's do this. And they're going to continue to aggravate the fire out of us. That's part of the reason I'm going over to Twitch with some of my stuff. I'm not going to put all my eggs in the YouTube basket. And I'd advise all the other makers do the same thing. Find you another venue and do some videos on another venue too. I mean, keep a door open. We're creators, and that's what we do. We create, and you know, we can build better content. We can try to do viral videos. We can try to do informative videos. A lot of people have been doing endless hours of live streams trying to get the view time up, and a lot of them are sitting there with maybe 5 or 6 people watching their video. And even then they're coming and going, you know, it'll go down to 1 and then it'll go back up to 3 and then, you know, or maybe nobody. I mean, I can't make it to a lot of live streams. I got a lot going on, but I have pulled them up after the fact and seen where they didn't have anybody in their live stream. They're just sitting there staring at the camera and not even saying anything to the camera. I mean, on Twitch, I may not have anybody watching, but at least I'm talking or doing something. Even if I've got the volume off so that I can do the carving with the drill going. At least I'm doing something instead of just sitting there staring at the camera. So make it interesting for people. Eddie Fort Fluffy in the house. Hey, sweetie. Run your videos the other day. 23 Drift King Nation is in the house. JD Night 7 in the house. How am I? Well, I'm doing better. I'm on my 2nd round of antibiotics. That stuff that had a hold of me tried to grab me again. And I started in immediately with another round of antibiotics to fight it. I got a message here that I'm having to check real quick. Okay, I got it. Not a problem. But yeah, I'm back on the antibiotics again, and they're grabbing it. And you know, I've been tired, wore flat out. The antibiotics really kicking me. But hey, if that's what it takes to get rid of this, because I tell you, anybody that gets this flu, I feel sorry for you because it is some nasty stuff. Over Christmas and New Year's, I laid lifeless. $39 likes. Pound that button. Just smash the daylights out of it. Let it know who the boss is. Punish it. Teach it a lesson. You young people in here never thought you'd see an old lady doing such things as that, did you? I think nice old lady, you know, sitting in a rocking chair with her knitting, just sitting there knitting and being a good old lady. Smash that button. Buzz TV in the house. Hey, good to see you in there. The That's Podcast is in the house. I think they just do that. They want to see how I'm going to pronounce it every time it comes up. Well, bless your heart, honey. You might be surprised. I'm carrying it pretty well so far. But yeah, I'm older than dirt. I'm retired and on Social Security, if that tells you anything. And I've been there a while. Wet my whistle there. Trying not to get dried out from all the antibiotics and stuff in my system. You clicked out accidentally. Now you're starting to do things like me. Well, bless your heart, Herman. If he's here, I'll give you a cookie. JD Knight 7. He needs a few more subs to get to 1,000. JD, type something there in the chat so they'll be able to find you easy. For anybody that doesn't know how to do that, you just wave your mouse there over whatever he types in there, and at the right-hand side of the chat screen will be 3 little buttons there where you typed, and you click on them, and there'll be a little thing you click on. It'll say take you to his channel, and when you click that, it'll bring it up in another tab, and you go over there and you sub him. Yeah, I saw it. I responded, but you wasn't here to hear me. I said, it's cool. Gotcha. Oh, I'm sorry to hear that, Herman. Well, in the meantime, I mean, between now and the 20th, actually, it's the 18th. The reason they say the 20th is going to take 2 days to get the numbers to show up in their algorithm. So you really have until the 18th. All I can say is all we can do is all we can do. You know, we'll just keep pumping on it until, well, even after that, we just keep pumping on it. We'll keep pumping on it until everybody that needs 4,000 hours has 4,000 hours. We don't quit. We're not quitters. They want rid of me. They got to throw me out. And I got news for you. I've been thrown out of a whole lot better places than YouTube. I could tell you some stories. Noble Vigilance in the house. Good to see you in there. Kaloko's Garage is in the house. Having to get back glare off the lights is playing with my screen here a little bit. Yeah, Al's been thrown out of places too. He knows what I'm talking about. We just keep on keeping on. Well, thank you, Brown Dwarf. Love my makeup. There ain't much on. Got my eyes done up. Put a little lipstick on. My poor old fever blistered lips from all this cold, flu, pneumonial stuff that I've had going on. I don't think I've missed anybody. Kind of looking up through here. Let's see, January 34 in the house. There's one I hadn't seen. Say hey to you. And like I say, sub me. I'm in the middle of the live show, so sub me. Leave me a message on a video that says that you sub me, and I'll get back here and sub back to you. Woohoo! Fuzz TV only needs 470 hours to hit their 4,000 hour mark. I'm putting you on the list. I'm not going to say how quick I'll get to y'all, because I let whoever I got playing, I let all theirs play. And then I go to the next one on the list. But I'm doing all I can here to try to help folks. And like I say, if there's any of the rest of you that need a list, let me know. I've got my list over here. I can type it up and send it right to you. Yep, you're close. Comparatively speaking, I mean, I need about 1,600 hours, something like that, yet to go. Well, thank you, Morrissey. I appreciate that. I really do. Morrissey Art and Craft Design Studio says they're running my videos for me. Yeah, that is greatly appreciated. You know, we're all individually, we're just one person. But if we stand together and we work together on this, we can whip it. Okay, Walker needs the list, so I'll put that down on here. I mean, right now I've got, I think there's like 15 or so on this list that I've got. We just keep working on it. Oh, well, thank you. I appreciate that, Fuzz. I do the best I can. I try to stay on top of it. Now, I don't always leave like a comment about the video. Sometimes I do, sometimes I don't, you know, but I leave a comment. I mean, if it isn't anything but say showing support, like number, whatever, or like the video, or, you know, something like that, I'll at least leave a comment, because sometimes I get in there and I leave the comment and I've got the video playing. And if nothing else, you're getting playtime. Even if I have to shut the audio off while I'm doing other stuff, you know, you're getting playtime. Owen's Roblox channel. Get you to 1,000. How many you need? I mean, if you're sitting there with 100 subscribers and you want us to get you to 1,000, that ain't going to happen tonight. You're going to have to work on that. And for anybody that happens to be in here that don't know, Green Bay Wacky. Go sub to Green Bay Wacky. He does a live show on Tuesdays, Thursdays, Fridays, and Sundays, starting about 8:30 in the evening, Eastern time, 7:30 Central. And it's a sub up and down. Everybody sub to each other, and he's funny. He does all kinds of funny stuff. Keeps people entertained. So get over there and sub to him and get in there on his shows and get to subbing. I've picked up as many as 70 subs in a night over there on his channel. So if you need subs, that's a good place to be. He'll be there tomorrow night. Mark it down. Tomorrow night, 8:30 Eastern, 7:30 Central. Yeah, Lunatic Dad does one, a live stream generally on Saturdays. I don't know that there's a set time for it, but if you go and sub to Lunatic Dad and hit the bell so that you get alerts on Saturdays. I think this past Saturday, it was like over 12 hours that he did a live stream for subs. Yeah, if you sub Al, he's moderating, so he doesn't have time to run back and forth with the sub thing. But you sub him, he'll sub you back. Leave him a message there, a comment, and he'll get back at you. Tasty Twist in the house. Hello to you. Now, I'll reiterate this again for anybody that come in late. If you want to get on the monetization for YouTube and you don't have the 4,000 hours of view time, even if you don't have the 1,000 subscribers yet, that can be taken care of quick enough. If you go to enough of these, you go to Green Bay Wackies, you go to Lunatic Dads, you come here, there's other live streams that are doing subs. You go to the different ones and you get subs. You can get subs quick enough. The 4,000 hours is what we're worried about. If you need view time, that's 240,000 minutes of view time that you will have needed in the last 12 months in order to qualify. And you don't have it and you need help, let us know. Just leave a comment on any of my videos that says in it to win it. That's all you have to do. That tells me that you need view time. Pull up your videos. I'll play them in the background on the computer as, you know, as I go down my list here, as tabs open up, that I can do that. And I'll play your videos for you. And other people are doing it too. And anybody that needs a list is going to let me know, and I'll pass the list on to them so that they know who needs help. And, you know, we'll help you. I'm not going to say that we'll be able to accomplish the whole thing, but we'll try to help. And it will take a couple of days for it to show up in your analytics. That's why YouTube is saying the 20th, because actually the cutoff date is on the 18th. They're trying to give it 2 days for the analytics to catch up so that they know who's hit the 4,000 mark. Well, thank you, Morrissey. Yeah, anybody that wants to watch some of mine, pull them up, let them run in the background overnight on your computer or something, you know, help me get some view time in here because I'm sorely lacking. Yeah, see, they said the 20th, but the cutoff is the 18th because it takes 2 days for the analytics to show up in the numbers. So they'll cut it off on the 18th, but the numbers will actually show up on your screen and your analytics on the 20th. And that's what they're going to go by, what shows up on the 20th. Yeah, well, it's YouTube. What do you expect? Well, Noble, you got to hang in the right circles, because I was pretty much the same way. I mean, I have other channels besides this one. There's one channel that I haven't even messed with now in 7 months, where I did the news. I had done the news on there for a year, and I only had like 140 subs on it. Yeah, 140 subs. All the work went into that. I was putting in a minimum of 8 hours a day because of the research and putting it all together and then doing it and then answering stuff that come in and promoting it. And I only had that many subs. And I'm like, no, this ain't working. You know, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. If it's broke, you need to do something. And that was past broke as far as I was concerned. Walker Outdoors. No, the chat box is not empty. I'm seeing everything just dandy. Trespassing into the wild. Thank you very much. And you need help, so we'll put you down here on the list. And I don't know if there's folks that don't look at their comments on their videos or not, but there's been a couple of them, well, at least 2 or 3 that I've left messages at in the last 24 hours that have done videos complaining about the 4,000 hours and needing help. Well, they don't say they need help. They're saying, well, I'll never reach it. And then they never do anything about it. But, you know, I sent a message. I said, do you need help? Because I'm willing to run your videos in the background on my computer if you need the help in the view time. And they're not answering me. I mean, you know, if they've given up and they're not interested in trying to hit the 4,000 hours, then there's no sense in me wasting my time trying to run the videos for them. If they want the help and they're really trying to reach the goal, I'll put them on the list and I'll get their videos run for them. But they're not even answering me. So I'm going to put that out there to everybody. Make sure you pay attention to the comments on your videos. Go to your spam file, because a lot of times stuff's getting pitched into spam files too. Check your spam files on what people are saying to you. Pay attention here to what's going on your channel. go to your tab that has the messages in it and check your messages tabs and see if people sending you messages. That should be coming through on your email. But you know, who knows with this flaky, some of this stuff's been with YouTube lately. I mean, the bells getting knocked off and the subs getting knocked off and all the things going wacky. I mean, we have to pay attention to what's going on our channel. So make sure you're paying attention to that. Let's say we got Douglas Fairchild in the house. Hey, good to see you out there. And kind of looking down through here, see if I'm missing anything. People sub it up, sub it down. Yeah, Fuzz TV says we always comment back. And I mean, I'll comment back. There's like maybe 0.5% of things that I don't comment back to. If they just sent me nonsense, you know, if it's obviously some kind of a trolly comment or something, who's going to answer that? But for the most part, I always say thanks or, you know, say something to them for leaving me a comment. Answer whatever questions they've got or, you know, whatever. Let's see. Yeah, there's another one. Cataloco says that they always reply back to the comments. I mean, that's important. That's part of building the community and making friends with people and networking. Am I on Twitter? Well, yes and no. I'm signed up for Twitter. I have a Twitter account, but I don't have a smartphone. All I have is this little flip phone, and it's a stupid phone. So the only place I can access the Twitter is on my computer, and I have really no idea how that thing works, actually. I've had a couple things where I've had to follow people for whatever reason. So I've got a Twitter account. I've also got an Instagram account. I have no idea how they work. Trying to leave me a message there is probably not going to be worthwhile because I'm clueless. I am technically challenged. Oh, let's see. Well, Eddie Fort Fluffy, it was good to have you in the house. I'm glad you dropped in. Hope you got some subs. Jay-Z Exploring. Well, see, something's been late, like a day behind. Oh, your bell's been late. A day behind? Holy smoke. See, mine never gets like that. It'll be 4 or 5 minutes behind or not at all. There's, you know, there's no in between with it. I went through a spell for like 2 days where I didn't get any notifications whatsoever from anything. It's like the whole world come to a halt. There was lots going on. It just wasn't coming through on my notifications. Yeah, Brenda's crafty. Be like Brenda, but she's technically challenged. You might not want to follow that part of it. Star Trek communicator. Now, I tell you, I wouldn't mind that beaming up business. You know, if I needed to go someplace, you know, and just say, Scotty, beam me so-and-so, you know. And so I didn't have to get out and drive, or I didn't have to, you know, get out in the cold, just, you know, zap me wherever it was I need to go. That I wouldn't mind. That's lazy at its finest, ain't it, right there? Where am I located? I am in Indiana. I'm on the east side of Indiana. I am an hour south Fort Wayne and an hour north of Richmond, Indiana, in a little hole called Portland, Indiana. It is the county seat of Jay County, Indiana, and I'm right downtown. It's Amish territory. It's nothing to be sitting here listening to the clippy clop of hooves up and down the street, the buggies going to town. Yeah, Amy, I understand, you know, that it's for people that have all that technical knowledge. That's probably a good way to keep in touch with folks. But you're talking to an old woman here, and she's technically challenged. See, I wasn't raised with computers. When I was a kid, we had adding machines, which is something you young ones probably don't even know what an adding machine is. You know what calculators are. We didn't get calculators until I was like a senior in high school. Well, cell phones. There was no such thing as a cell phone. We didn't even have walkie-talkies. We had 2 cans and a string and a slingshot. That was it. There wasn't none of that newfangled stuff, you know. We didn't have none of those electronic toys and stuff like they have today and the things that people have. Oh no. Well, I'm from the dark ages when the dinosaurs roamed the earth. Am I? No, Lord have mercy. No, the Amish wouldn't have me on a stick. They won't even let me pet the horse. One had an abacus. We had them too. We had them in the school. They made us learn how to work them. Well, see, that's how I got Twitter on the computer the other night when I was kind of forced into it. You were there because, you know, I had to meet some requirements. So I got it and on the computer because can't do it on phone. No, it's a dumb phone. So, you know, I know that I can access. I don't know how to use it. Is a thing. I mean, I was able to find the search box. And I typed in what I needed to find in order to find the thing I had to follow in order to meet the requirements that I had to do. And there were some other people on there that I figured, well, I'll just follow them too. So I went ahead and clicked that. So, you know, I got that going on, but I don't know how to use it. Clueless. Walk uphill to school both ways in the snow with bread bags on my feet and a lump of coal in my lunchbox. Well, okay, I'm going to tell you some stories on that. You got something started there, Mike. I did have to put bread bags on my feet over top of my boots. That was a requirement. You always had to put the bread bags with rubber bands over top of your boots. Make sure you wasn't getting no water in there and getting your feet froze. All right. We did have to do that. Now, I rode a school bus, but the school bus didn't have any heat in it to amount to hill of beans. So you had to bundle up like the Michelin Man. I was the first one on the school bus and the last one off, so I was the coldest kid. So, yes, on that. And the coal thing, apparently you've never heard my coal story. I was a skinny kid. I was a little stick figure of a kid, and nobody could understand why I was so skinny all the time. Well, see, my mom always burnt the food. She wasn't a very good cook, and she burned everything. And one day, neighbors asked if they could take me on a picnic with them and their kids. And so Mom said, yeah, she can go. So I went on this picnic, and everybody's playing and doing things, and they're getting ready to put some stuff on a grill, some hot dogs and hamburgers and stuff. And they wasn't paying any attention to what I was doing. And all of a sudden somebody looks around, about half of that bag of charcoal's gone. They look at me and I got black all over my face. And they said, Lord have mercy, child, what are you doing? I said, these is the best biscuits I ever ate. No wonder I was a stick figure. So there you go. There's a couple stories for you. Like I say, you never know what you're going to hear over here. Smartphone costs about $5 a month for 24 months through AT&T. Well, see, I don't like AT&T. I used to have a smartphone that I got from AT&T back when I was working and had a good job. And that thing, oh, Lord, that phone cost me, I think, like $150 for that phone. And then they charged for everything else. My cell phone bill was astronomical. Every time, it's all I had to do is pick it up, just touch it, and they charged me money. It was unbelievable. And so I was under a contract. And since that contract run out, I got rid of that thing as fast as I could. And the phone was way smarter than me. I couldn't figure out how to work it for all tea in China. And I said, oh, okay, this is ridiculous. So I got rid of that, just got me a little flip phone, cost me $15. I prepay for my cell minutes. I hardly ever use the phone. Most of my minutes are spent answering calls like robocall. Nobody ever calls me that wants anything. They know better. So I don't spend much on cell minutes hardly at all, maybe $5 a month. This is about as cheap as it gets. So I can't see having a contract and, going through all that with AT&T for no more than I use phone. Let's see here. Looking down through the list. Used to put socks on bread bags, then socks and our boots. Boy, you wasn't going to sweat a smidge, was you? H-Top's in the house. H-Top Music, good to have you in there. Grant Hubbard in the house. Robert Evans in the house. Any more bike rides? Oh, you've been over on the other channel listening to my motorcycle story, ain't you? Oh, no. Nobody's been brave enough to put me on the back one since. And that was many years ago. I'm not sure I could even get on one now. Arthritis is way worse now than it was then. So one of them said here that Al said he pays $200 a month for 2 phones. Well, see, I don't need 2 phones. I only need 1 phone, and I sure don't want to spend no $100 a month on one. When I'm only spending maybe $5 a month now. When you get on Social Security and that's your only source of income, you have to be real careful where you spend your money. When I retired, I gave up a really good job when I retired. Well, I can't even say I gave it up. The contract was over. And the contract was over, and I was old enough to retire. So I grabbed it and ran with it. But there went a big chunk of income right there when I went off on Social Security. And I said, well, I've always wanted to craft, and that's what I'm going to do. So crafting it is. But, I am a starving artist. And, Social Security is not going to pay for fancy phones and all that sort of thing. So girl's got to do what she's got to do. He had to carry a baked potato in his hands to keep warm. Hey, when I was a kid, I went to spend a week with my great aunt and great uncle down in Brookville, Indiana. They lived back in a holler. Now, Brookville, Indiana is about an hour and a half south of me. And they had no electricity. They had a well pump outside where you pump the handle up and down to get the water. They had a fireplace in the house that they had to light for heat. Granny, Aunt Lily had a coal stove in the kitchen that she cooked on. That was an experience. The grandkids slept upstairs, and I stayed with them upstairs, and there was no heat in the upstairs, and it was fall time, temperatures had fell, pretty chilly. So they had these, they called them heater pans that you would put rocks in. And there was a long metal handle. You'd stick it into the fireplace and get these rocks. It had a lid on top of it, metal lid, and get the rocks in the pan good and hot. And then they carried this old thing with a pot holder up, and they put it in the foot of the bed, on the sheets on the bed. And it was hot. And that's what you used to keep your feet warm and warm the bed up. You had great big heavy comforters. I mean, really thick piled comforters on the bed to help hold the heat in the bed. And yeah, that was an experience. Everybody's subbing up and subbing down while I'm telling stories of my youth. On Saturday night, we was all bored. Need something to do to occupy ourselves. Well, no electricity, no TV. Obviously no electronics. I mean, we didn't even know what electronics was. So we needed something to do. And one of my cousins went and got the shoe polish out, and Uncle Vess had a coon dog tied up out of the doghouse, and we took the shoe polish and we gave the dog a whole new makeover. He had big old circles around his eyes. He had painted spots on his spots. He had a fancy do when we was done with him. And the next morning, my Uncle Vess went outside and he took a look at that dog. That dog's just looking at him, you know, his old big eyes with big old circles around him, and he's wagging his tail. He's just happy as he can be. And Vess looks at him and he says, "What y'all do to my poor old hound dog?" He just shook his head, turned around, went back in the house. Oh. No, we didn't do no cow tipping. I was raised on a dairy farm. You'd have got baked to death if you went out and tried to tip Daddy's cows. We knew where to draw the line. Like Pink Zebra's in the house. Good to see you. Hillbilly Fam Life is in the house. Lily Zoe's in the house. Checking up through here to see if I missed anybody. Zombie Farmer, Jeff Robinson. Trying to shout y'all out as I see you in there. Chris Eason in the house. If I missed anybody, type something in there because I'll watch you. Let's see. We've got Tennessee Eagle in the house. I see that. I don't think I missed anybody, but if I did, type something else in there. I'll see you. Y'all wishing that the robocall would call back, don't you? I can hear you. I got the oddest call about a week ago. I don't know if this has happened to any of the rest of y'all or if I'm special. Maybe I'm just special in that rode the short bus kind of way. Okay. But I'm sitting here. I had not touched the phone all day. It's sitting on the table beside me. I had not touched it. And all of a sudden it rings and I answered it. The lady says, "So what do you want?" I said, "What do you mean? What do I want? You called me." And she says, "Well, I'm returning your call. It says I missed your call." And I said, "Well, you didn't get no call from me. I'm the only one here, and the phone's been sitting over here on the table all day, and I ain't touched it. So I didn't call you." She says, "Well, I hit the redial, and it's called you back because you called me." I said, "Lady, I have no idea who you are or what this is about, but I did not call you. I have not touched this phone. I don't know, how to convince you of that, but I ain't called you. I don't know who you are." And she says, "Well, I guess it wasn't important then." Hung up. Has this ever happened to anybody else? Or Lord have mercy. Okay, Pink Zebra. I've got a list here, and I can read it off again. But if you really want it, you need to just drop me a comment on a video, and that way I can go over to your channel and give you the list. As a matter of fact, I got Walker down here on the list, so I'll put you on the list too. Pink Zebra and Walker Outdoors. Needs the list. Okay, but here it is, just in case any of you out there's listening. We've got Walker Outdoors. We got me, Brenda G's Designs. We got Interp 66. We got DIY Solar. Mike Johns, Glock 17. This Old Stoner, Mike Johns. Eddie Fort Fluffy. Now I'm going to spell this one because there's no way I'm going to pronounce this. It's KATMEISTERADORES. That's all one word. Cat Mysterodorus, I'm guessing. Okay. But I'll tell you right now, that's a big channel. Lord have mercy. They got like 421 videos. I don't know how long it's going to take me to play all them. I've been playing it for like 4 days and I'm only maybe halfway through. So, it's going to take a while. Family of Fun. Shane's Hobby Shop. Pink Zebra, got you on the list. Richard Realty, It's Me, Brian, Fuzz TV, Trespassing into the Wild. Those are the ones that I have down here. So you're probably able to at least grab a couple of those, and you can play them in the background on your computer while you're doing other stuff and give somebody some view time. Yeah, that's okay, Al. No problem with that at all. He's shamelessly self-advertising his Twitch channel. I have to figure out what my Twitch channel ID is because I can't even promote it. That's how pitiful I am with this. All right. I mean, I could tell people, go over to Twitch, sign up, register there on Twitch, just like you registered on YouTube. It's free for you to register and all that. Then in the search box, type BrendaG's Designs, and it's all one word, BrendaGS Designs, all one word, and that'll take you to my channel until I figure out, how to promote it. They have to make all this so difficult for us old people. Yeah, 421 vids. It's a game channel. Okay, 421 vids, and they have not hit the 4,000. Yeah. Oh, thank you. Appreciate that, Al. Lord have mercy. Oh, mine don't have no numbers or nothing after it? Cool. See, I figured it would have a bunch of numbers and all that after it. Calling me old, Al. I'm older than you. Oh, Lord, Jeff Robinson. He's made some Wild Roots nut butter bars for after dinner snack. Man. You bringing that for everybody? Thank you, Pink Zebra. I appreciate that. Emptying out my pockets. I've got embellishments in my pockets. I brought these down from the studio a while ago. I don't know what I'm going to use them on, but I saw them. I thought these would look pretty on something, so I'll show you what I got in my pocket. Got some little apples on a string. I thought I'd use them on something. I don't know what yet, but they's hollering at me to bring them down here. My crafts talk to me. They tell me, I want to be used in this. I want to be used in that. Like my little bees on the little pot that McDonald's, they hollered at me and said, hey, we want to be on that little wooden cup. Brandon and Morgan Lutz is in the house. Everybody in here subbing up, subbing down, making friends, viewing videos, giving people watch time. And like I say, anybody that needs put on the list for me to play your videos, then leave me a comment that says in it to win it, and I'll know what you're talking about. Or if you need the list, just leave me a comment that says I need the list, and I'll type it up and send it to you so that you have it. You can go to playing them too. We all go to helping each other. I don't know. I mean, I have mixed feelings on whether it's going to be worthwhile, because we've seen so much of YouTube shutting channels down and the algorithm saying, oh, well, that's not acceptable. And then you ask for a human review. And when you finally get one 3 weeks later, they say, oh, that's okay, but you've lost all the revenue from the video in the meantime. So, I don't know about this monetization thing. It seems to me that if they're going to require the 4,000 hours, they can let up a little bit on their algorithm trying to chop people off at the knees, for no good reason. I mean, even Lunatic Dad got his old channel back the other day. But look at everything that he's lost on it since they shut it down. I mean, that's what, 6 weeks it's been? Something like that. So he lost all the revenue on anything that anybody would have watched over there. He lost 1,500 subs over the course of the 6-month period or 6-week period or whatever it was. You know, there's no reward for that when they shut it down for no good reason. You know, it seems to me like a little restitution should be considered. You know, if it's good enough to return back to him, then it's good enough to restitute him for some loss. Yeah, what about what about the money people earned? And it jumped on the AdSense. I saw that on there. Yeah, you know, I don't know. I mean, we may be fighting a losing battle, but to me, it's the point of it. Don't tell me that, oh, we're going to set the bar so high that there's no way you're going to reach it. Because I'm like Mike, the far sure way to get me to do something is tell me I can't do it. I didn't live to be this old from not doing the challenge. Let's see, who else we got in there? Tropical Aquariums has dropped in. Good to have you in the house. We got, let's see. I think that's all the new ones in here, I believe. Oh, My World in OKC in the house. Rose ALC in the house. Good to have you with us. I mean, you know, all we can do is the best we can do. But I still say, if you're doing videos, you need to diversify. You need to get off on another venue. You need to figure out how it works, maybe even 2 or 3 of them. Don't put all your eggs in one basket. Because if somebody rips the basket out of your hand, then there you stand empty-handed. Just, you know, word to the wise. Tell me on here who needs to be run. Well, honey, I read them off. You need me to read them again? Walker Outdoors. Interp 66. DIY Solar. Mike Johns. Glock 17. This Old Stoner. Eddie Ford Fluffy. Or try that again. Eddie. Let me get the magnifying glass. Get the big eye out. Lord have mercy. I can't see for nothing. Eddie Ford Fluffy. And that's FORT FLUFFY. All one word. Eddie, EDDY. Fort, FORT FLUFFY. Eddie Fort Fluffy. All right. Then there's this big long name here. I'm going to spell it. KATMEISTERADORES. Family of Fun. Shane's Hobby Shop, and that's SHANES. Pink Zebra. Richard's Realty. It's Me, Brian. Fuzz TV. Trespassing into the Wild. Those are the ones that I have on the list. If you are not on the list, you want to be on the list, leave me a message, a comment on any of my videos. I'm in it to win it. I'll put you on the list. Okay. Got one that wanted to be naughty, so we'll put them in the naughty corner. We don't do that here. We're in here to have a good time, not put up with that. Fuzz TV, you leaving? Yeah, don't make me beat you up on it, Mike. Just go ahead and do it. If it needs done, do it. Gave you a wrench, just handle it. If they need spank, spank them. Yeah, you sleeping on the job. He's thinking about that robocall. Yeah, and it was all recorded too. I mean, you know, you had to answer to their question the way they wanted it, and I guess eventually they'd put a human being on the phone with you. But you know, I couldn't even say, "Hey, I don't make that. Why don't you call Al?" He's in the book. Oh my. You know, we can do this all day. And the thing of it is, they think I don't know who it is, but I do know who you are. And you will be reported. Make no mistake. You don't know who you're fooling with. Well, we don't act up in here. That's what you need to know. So everybody subbing up, subbing down. Oh, my world in OKC put it in a super chat. Well, bless your heart. Thank you, honey. I appreciate that. More than you know. And I send out thank you notes on all the super chats and all that after the show, or, you know, by morning, it'll be done. Oh, trespassing in the wild. Thank you. I appreciate it. I really do. I love y'all more than kittens. I do. I do. Yep. Smash that like button. Hit it like you mean it. And like I say, you know, you all need to go over to Twitch and sign up over there. Just fill out their little registration thing. It's pretty much the same thing you did when you signed up here. Oh, hey, every penny counts. Believe me. I appreciate everything that anybody does for me. Jeff Robinson in the house. Hey, Al, he's talking about your picnic table. But yeah, y'all get over there and sign up on Twitch and watch what I'm doing over there on those videos. I drew this for anybody coming late. I'll put this all out on this wood slab over there on Twitch and drew it out with the engraving tool. And now I've got to chisel it all out. It's going to be a relief carving when I get done with it. I got a bunch of deers and pine trees and leaves and stuff on that. So I've been doing that. The last 3 shows on Twitch have been about that. And I put my little garden thing together the other day. Oh, well, you're perfectly welcome. You are perfectly welcome. Well, thank you. It's going to be prettier when I get it done. Right now, it's, you know, it's just roughed out right now with the design in it. But yeah, all around all that stuff, the deers and the trees and the leaves and all that, it's going to be dug down into and stippled, and there'll be some shading and shape put into the designs that's on there, and then it'll be stained or painted, or probably stained, because right now I sure hate to put paint to it, but I'm thinking probably stain it. I got some different colors of stains that I'll put on. Trespassing into the wild. Good night. Glad to have you with us. Yeah, I haven't seen the picnic table. I saw him get started with it, and then life happened around here. I'll get started into something, and then all of a sudden, it's like hell breaks loose. Does that happen to anybody else, or is it just me? I mean, it's like, oh, she's sit down, watch this, and everything goes cattywampus, and I've got to jump up and start taking care of things. But yeah, I need to get in there and take a look at the table. Plus, I'm doing like 15 shows a week right now, and trying to keep up with what everybody else is doing and run videos in background and all this. So my life is fuller now than it was when I was working. I was working 12 and 18-hour days. Well, hey, my world in OKC, I understand. Thank you very much for joining us. Yeah, she says if anybody subs her, just leave her a comment and she'll sub you back. So thanks. I appreciate it. The support is greatly appreciated. Yeah, Al, I was thinking that very same thing about the folding picnic tables. Those are really popular right now. I've seen, several of those at some of the, well, craft shows, I guess, art shows where people are doing different kinds of crafts and things. Those seem to be pretty popular because you can fold them up, put them in the garage for the winter, keep them out of the weather. Tabby Smith, ATVEO. I grin back at you. Yep. Yeah, there's some things that I'm going to need to do outside too and filming come summertime. I won't be able to do live shows on them, we're doing them outside, but I can film stuff for YouTube using the GoPro camera, because there's some crafts that are just too big to try to do inside and too messy. I want to do, I make paper. I make the pulp and then I put it through a screen and make paper. I wanted to do some videos on that this summer, different things that I do. Latanza Lachey is in the house. Good to see you in there. How's Twitch going for me so far? I'm learning, but I've done a video every day for over a week now. On Mondays, I'm at 3 o'clock in the afternoon on Twitch. Everything else I've been kind of doing in the middle of the night because I'm kind of feeling my way around over there and learning how things work and such. And I still have a long way to go, but I am doing videos. I'm putting videos out over there. So, sign up, look at some of the things I do over there because I'm doing some different stuff there than I'm doing here. I can't do it outside. You'd be surprised some of the things I do outside. But we can't talk about that here. See, the streaming thing, you got to have bandwidth outside for that, and even though I'm running a repeater here in the house, it's not quite strong enough to hold the signal outside for me to be able to do that. And I've tried. So, that's one of those things, unless I had money. I mean, if I had money where, I could afford better than what I've got in the signal, now that would be different. But, being on the fixed income, there's some things that I have to say, well, we can't do that, but we can do it a different way. So the different way is I film it and then I have to come through and edit it and put it through the encoder and then upload it. So, it still gets up there. You all get to see it. Well, I'll tell you the Tropical Aquarium NZ said they made paper, but it came out like cardboard. You had it too thick. You had the pulp too thick on your screen. You need to thin that pulp out some You want it so that you can't see through it on the screen, but you don't want it thick on the screen, because that's when you get the cardboard. The thicker it is, the stiffer it's going to be. When I do mine, I make it so that you can put it through a printer. What tools do I use for wood burning? I use a wood burner, and my wood burner, I don't know if it's in here or in the other room. I'm not seeing it in here. I might have taken it into the other room. So I've been moving some stuff around in here. I don't see it. It has a regulator on it. And the reason I say you need one with a regulator on it is so that you can control the heat setting. And the lower the heat setting, you can do like glass, and you can do plastic. And then you turn it up some, and you can start using it on wood. The higher it is, the hotter it gets. If you just get a wood burner that doesn't have a regulator on it, the only thing it's going to be good for is burning on wood. But if you want a versatile one, you want to get one that has a regulator. It's a little dial switch so that you can turn it up and down. That's a Walnut Hollow is the name of the one that I have. And you can get all kinds of different little tips and stuff that you put on them to do different designs and things with. My favorite is the calligraphy tip. Most of the time you see me using it, you're going to see the calligraphy tip. But I've also done things with lettering. You have little letters, that bits that you put on it. And I've showed, I think, on just about every one of my wood burning videos how to deal with the wood burner and the fact that it's hot and keep from getting burnt. I also use an engraver. This piece that I'm working on with the deer, I'm working on it with an engraver. How far is it to outside? Well, from where I am sitting right now, and the modem is just 8 feet maximum from me, probably closer to 6 feet. It would probably be about 30 feet out to the backyard where I'd need to go. But there's a bunch of walls and a bunch of doors between here and there. And it just doesn't want to hold a signal out there for me. And here it's fine. Any place in the house. But you get outside of the house and it has an issue. It used to not want to do hold a signal upstairs, but I put in this signal booster. It's a repeater. And now I can hold signal upstairs fine, but not outside the house. Well, you'd have to have a really long Ethernet cable in order to do it. I don't have one that's that long. I think the longest one I have is maybe 15 feet. I've never seen one that, you know, would go like 30 feet or something. Well, Harv, you're perfectly welcome. Well, Tropical Aquarium, New Zealand, I understand, because I have arthritis in my thumbs. And most of the time I'm using cat hands because my thumbs don't want to work good anymore. The joints from typing, 11 years of typing nonstop, 7 days a week, 365 days a year, 12 to 18 hours a day, has played havoc with my thumbs. All the joints there, from your hand into your thumb, and the joints in my thumbs, they don't want to bend right anymore. They don't have any strength in them anymore. So I know what you mean. You know, most everything I have to do now, I'm doing it with fingers, and, you know, the thumbs are just there. They're not really functional. But yeah, you with that, with your rack that's got the screen on it, you just kind of have to dip it down and let some of the pulp back out of the screen, or don't put so much pulp in your water to begin with, you know, and then take your screen, you take it straight down, and then you turn it so it's flat, scraping up the pulp. So don't put so much pulp in the water. Latanza Lachey. I'll tell you what, I'm in the middle of a live show here. So here's all you got to do. Leave me a comment on any one of my videos. Just leave me a comment and I'll get over there and I'll do that for you. Just, you know, that way, when I see a comment on my videos, I automatically go to whoever left the comment and I check out their stuff. That's the easiest way to get my attention right there. Oh, I think he was talking to somebody else. But yeah, if you need me to do it, if I ain't been over there and seen your latest one, you know, leave me a comment. Oh, you have the same wood burner? I love it. I absolutely love it. Well, Robert, you have a good evening. From kickboxing. Your hands are like that from kickboxing? I thought you used your feet to kickbox. Or you had somebody kicking your hands. What am I missing here? Thanks, Harv. Yeah, if y'all haven't subbed me, sub me. Leave me a comment. I'll sub you back. Oh, from both, huh? Okay. My feet look like duck feet. They're not webbed, but hey, they're just big old flat farmer feet. Years of farming that I did. I've done all kinds of things in my lifetime. Raised on a farm, moved away from the farm, had all kinds of city jobs, then moved back to the farm, went back to farming, then left the farm, did a couple other jobs, and then I ended up in research. Did that until I retired. I've done all kinds of things, from office work to factory work. Was a welcome wagon lady for a while, had my own lingerie store for a while. Keyboarding now. Okay, thanks for bringing me up to speed. I learned how to type on an old Underwood typewriter. Know what that is? You'll have to Google it. Underwood typewriter. You'll be amazed. That's what they taught us to type on. We had mimeograph machines. That was a big deal to have a mimeograph machine. That's what we did the school newspaper on. Keyboarding sounds like it ought to have wheels on it, like a skateboard. That'll be next, won't it? They'll put the computers on wheels. My senior year of high school, I went to a technical school, and the class that I took was called Cooperative Office Education, and it's where they taught us office machines. And they had just come out with the mag card typewriter, which did magnetic cards, like data processing cards. And you type a letter, and it would put it on this magnetic card, a key punch card, and then you put that in a file. And anytime you needed that letter for anything, you just pull that card and put it through the machine, and it would automatically type the letter out. And then data processing had just started, so they had data processing equipment and different kinds of adding machines. The calculator had just come out, but you know, young people today, they think, Lord have mercy, you didn't have, how did you function? You didn't have cell phones and computers and yeah, taking typing in high school, that was pretty important. I wasn't any good at it back then. I got 40 words a minute was the highest that I could get. Everybody was typing rings around me. And, you know, my typing teacher, she thought, oh, she's never going to succeed at this. But then once I got into a computer, I mean, years later, after school, I mean, if my typing teacher knew how fast and accurate that I could type now, she would just be spinning. She would not believe it. But when I was started into the research, I had to learn to type fast and I had to learn to type accurate. And I got so that I could type rings around anybody that worked with me, even my boss. My boss thought she was the greatest ever was, and she wanted to work with me one day. And I was blowing her away. She couldn't believe how fast and accurate I was with the typing. She had typed in a courtroom as a stenographer in a courtroom. And she says, I've never seen anybody type as fast as you. Now, I'm not going to say I'm as fast as I was when I retired because I'm a little out of practice, but I'm still pretty quick. Have I ever done designs on clothing like floral or patterns? I used to do embroidery, if I spelled that right. Yes, I have done embroidery. I have done cross stitch. I have done sweaters with cross stitch designs on them through the little V patterns on the stitches on the sweater. You lay out your design on that and just use the V pattern as your guide. And I've done that. I've had knitting machines. I've still got one knitting machine over here in a closet that I haven't used in a long time. And lay out my patterns on that, doing tarsia patterns and all different kinds of things that way. When I was a kid, we used to, the big thing was to do pillowcases where you do the embroidery and cross stitch designs as a border on pillowcases. So that's kind of how I got started with that. Well, that's how I was in high school. That's for sure. Oh, that's funny. Here's ours says, if you put a monkey in front of a keyboard, eventually he'll spell something. Yeah, that was about me in high school trying to learn how to type. I was not good at it. I had a real rough time wrapping my brain around how to hit the right keys to get anything to come out of them that made any sense. Well, Latanza, all I can tell you is practice, 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 and then practice some more and keep at it. And the practice phrase that will really get you going is the quick brown fox jumped over the lazy dog. It's got every letter in the alphabet in it. And just, that way you learn where every letter on the keyboard is, and you keep typing until you can just type that nonstop, just fast as your little fingers can fly, and you have smoke coming out of the keyboard. Just type it over and over and over and over again. That's how you make girls, Jeff, with typing. That's not a bad way to meet one. The uncanny Kyle Waka is in the house. Hi, I'm amazing. I'm finer than frog hair and twice as wiry. Your wife makes quilts. My granny used to quilt. She quilted everything by hand. She didn't do one stitch on a sewing machine. Everything from the piecing to the quilting, the basting it together to put the quilt batting in, all that, every stitch done by hand. And I've still got one of her quilts upstairs wrapped up. She made for me. The Joe Sankovich is here in the house. Good to have you in here. We're just jawing, subbing up and subbing down. And I'll reiterate this again, as if anybody needs help with the 4,000 hours, you want somebody to run some videos in the background of their computer for you to help you reach your 4,000 hours. There's some of us on here, Walker Outdoors, Pink Zebra, me, that are willing to help people. And I'm sure there's other people out there as well, as you know, as the word spreads on this. If you need help, just leave a comment on any one of my videos that says I'm in it to win it. And I'll put you on the list. I've got videos playing right now in the background on this computer. And I've got more coming in here that say that they need some help. So as those fall off, I'll be adding more on and we'll get them all played. Cool. Walker Outdoors put the Facebook page up there for the quilting. Lisa, my eclectic life. Well, I'm glad you came in. I mean, late, it's relative. I mean, we're glad to have you with us. Sub up, sub down, make people. Yeah, no machine work. That's how Granny did it. She said that she said she was a purist. She says, I don't believe in doing it on a sewing machine. She had a sewing machine. And now GrendaG was a very, very old Singer sewing machine. So, you know, compared to the electronic stuff we have today, it, you know, it was archaic, but she did everything by hand. She cut the pieces by hand and she sewed them together by hand and she sewed the squares by hand and she basted the whole thing together by hand and then she quilted it all by hand and she put the binding on it by hand. Every bit of it, every little tiny stitch. Well, welcome to my live. I've changed it up a little bit here first of the year. What we're doing here is I just kind of jaw with everybody in the chat room while they sub up and sub down and all that. I've talked about the crafts that I've done here on YouTube this week and the ones I've done over on Twitch this week. And just we've been talking about YouTube and their 4,000 hour thing and people needing subs and all that. What's been going on? I've been telling stories about my youth. Back when the dinosaurs roamed the earth. Yeah, an embroidery, blah, easy for me to say. An embroidery machine is something I've never owned. I used to have a serger, but I don't even have that. And my sewing machine I've got, but I haven't even used it in a long time. Is there a limit to how many vids can be watched at a time or how many different devices at a time? Not that I'm aware of. Right now, I've got 3 channels running in the background and I'm doing a live feed. I think it depends on your bandwidth, on what your computer will handle and your bandwidth. Older computers aren't going to be able to run as much. If you don't have a wide bandwidth, you're not going to be able to run as much. I'm fortunate enough that they just up the ante on the bandwidth here where I am just first of the year. So, you know, it's working out well for me that I can play more videos right now than what I would have been able to do a month ago. But, you know, whatever your computer will handle and, you know, and your devices, if they're on the same bandwidth, I mean, you know, if I had this computer here and I've got another computer in the kitchen, they're both running off the same modem, it's using the same bandwidth. If you got like a phone that's on one system and you got a computer that's on another system, you know, they're not competing with each other for the bandwidth. That's my understanding. Okay, Joe Stankovich wants folks to check out his new blog or vlog over on his channel. He said he did a lot of work on it. So you might want to go and check out Joe's vlog that he's put up. Apparently he's going to be leaving us. Joe, it was great to have you drop in. Undisputed Frost Comics is in the house. Hey, good to have you in there. Just kind of scrolling up here, see if I missed anybody. Gary Ghost Hunter in the house. Sharon Lehman in the house. Hello to you. I try not to miss anybody. If I did, type something else in there. I'll try to pay attention. I've said that before, and I get sidetracked. Mike's reminding everybody to smash that like button. Hit it like you mean it. Here's Harv says he has some Aussie beach videos if you want to check those out. There's some good videos that everybody I'm sub to has out. I sound like Reba. Lord, she'd slap you sideways. That's Raynard Comics and Geekery. Splash Page Comics says, hello, YouTubians. Now, that's a new one. I hadn't heard that one. I call it YouTube land. Over on Twitch, I call it Twitchville. Oh, Reba will come and just hunt you folks down and just smack you. Just smack the daylights out of you. So I don't sound like that old redneck. Yep, Twitchville. I mean, I don't know who named that and why they named it Twitch. I'd like to know the story behind that. But, you know, I just think, you know, Twitch makes you think you got to sit there and Twitch while you're doing your video. I think Lord Emerson don't I have enough problems and enough to do. There's some other ones out there too that I haven't had a chance to check out. Gosh, off the top of my head, I can't even think of the name of them right now. But there's been a couple other ones I've been told about. And eventually I'll get around to checking them out as well. But I like to kind of have a good idea on how one thing works, or at least how it works for me, before I go, you know, into another one. And I've got a pretty good handle on how YouTube works, so I didn't feel too bad about going over and trying some things on Twitch. And I'm learning it. It's going to take me a little while to master it, I think, but a little bit at a time. And then once I get that one figured out, then I'll try another one, and you know, just keep spreading it out. We'll see which one of these is going to, you know, hang on and do something. But I look at Twitch to be good up and comer. Amazon owns it, and it's got a lot going for it. It started out as a gamer thing, but there's a lot of other stuff on there besides gamers. Yeah, it is confusing, especially if you're used to YouTube. I think if you started out with Twitch and figured Twitch out, then you come over to YouTube and say it's confusing. So, you know, it's all relative, but you have to get on some videos on YouTube and learn how to work the OBS. And then you got to get into Twitch and figure out how to set everything up in Twitch, which I'm still doing. I've still got a lot to learn on that aspect of it. Just checking out the chat here. Has everybody about got their sub on and under control? Thank you, Al, for putting my Twitch channel back up there. Yeah, Undisputed Frost Comics says he's at work on his phone, but he'll definitely sub everyone back at lunch or when he gets home for sure. Thank you for all the subs as well. So, you know, there you go. A lot of times, you sub people, and if they don't sub you back right away, you get panic stricken about it. Well, they didn't sub me back. Well, maybe they've got other things going on right now, and we'll get back to you in a little bit. Not everybody can just drop everything they're doing to get subbed back to you immediately, and give them some time. I'd say within a 24-hour period is sufficient. By then, they should have been able to check their comments, check their mail, and see what all's going on there and get you subbed back. If you don't leave them a comment and let them know you subbed them, what do you expect? Make sure you leave a comment, put your thumbprint on that so that they know you've been there and that you subbed them. And there's Al's Twitch channel too. You check him out. He does all kinds of woodworking. Yep. Leave comments on people's videos so they know you've been there. Leave your thumbprint on it. That's what I call it, leaving a thumbprint. And that way, if they're checking their comments, they'll see that you've been there. That's the best way to do it. If you see somebody in my chat, you sub them. You play a video, and underneath the video, it has a comment section. You say, I subbed you from BrendaG. Come back here. You pull up their name. And the way you do that is you hit the shift key and the number 2, which is the @ sign with the shift key on. Then type the first 2 or 3 letters of their name, and it'll pop up in a box. You click that box, and it automatically puts their name right there in the little chat thing. And then you type behind that, subbed you. That's all you got to do. That way, they're either going to see it over on their channel, or they're going to see it here in the chat one. That when you put the @ sign in their name, it turns their name red for them. You won't see it red. They'll see it red. So when it pops up on their screen, they see it in red, and that automatically gets their attention. They say, oh, somebody said something to me. Oh, that person subbed me. Well, cool. And then they go over and they'll sub you. If they don't happen to be looking at the chat at that particular moment, and they see it over on their channel where you left them a comment, they got it there. So your bases are covered. Okay. Al is correcting me. He says that woodworking is what he's doing, but he is a maker in general. He will even be working on his 68 Mustang, almost a restoration, and will be attempting my Nexus phone live. All right. So I stand corrected, because all I've ever seen you do is woodwork. So, but I'm kind of new to the woodworkers group. I mean, everybody knows that, Lord, I'm liable to do anything under the sun. I've dipped stuff in paint and marbleized it. I've painted pictures. I've done engraving. I've done wood burning. I've worked on gourds. I embellished that cup at Donald's the other day. I've done lace work. I've done beading. I do cross stitch. I do knitting and crocheting and sewing and paper craft. I made a journal on one of my early shows. Paper making. Trying to think some of the other stuff I do. I paint on silk. Do silk scarves and things like that. I weave. I spin wool into yarn. There's all kinds of stuff that I do. I even want to do a painting, a glass painting. My front door has a big, like an 8-foot glass panel in it. And I'm going to attempt to paint that sometime this year. And I'll be recording that. Let's see what all else is going on in here. If are you talking about notifications, Al? Because if that's it, you might have to unsub them and then resub them and ring the bell again. Sometimes it has to be reset in order to get notifications coming in. And I don't know why that happens. It's happened to me. It's been happening to Mike all day today. So I don't know. Well, Lisa, you like the rest of us, you'll get started. We had to start someplace. I didn't do a whole lot of videos in the very beginning because I was learning. And then as I got a little bit more seasoned to it, just started taking off. And I decided I was going to put up a video every day. And I was going to do one live stream a week over here. And I've been doing live streaming every day on Twitch. You can load videos up over on Twitch, but you really don't get any credit for anything you upload. What they give you credit for over there is live streaming. Reading down through here, make sure I don't miss any questions. Yeah, about the only thing that I don't do, Mike, is I don't do stained glass. I tried it once, I didn't like it. But when it comes to crafting, most everything else is wide open. White chili made with cream cheese. That's something I've never had. Well, it's down in the 20s here in Indiana again. It snowed today. Not much, just a skip of snow on the ground, but enough to make things cold again. But by Wednesday, it's supposed to be back up to 40. No wonder everybody's getting sick as a dog. Temperatures bumping up and down the way they have been. Yeah, go to twitch.com, Lisa. Check it out. If you type in BrendaG's Designs as all one word, BrendaG's Designs, that's how you find me over there. I'm hosting some channels over there on my channel too, so there's liable to be, anything up there. I got Al's hosted on there. Russ with Simply Wooden Creations is hosted on there. There's a girl that does some woodworking and painting and all that, and then Whitebeard, he's on there. He's a painter, and some other ones, So you can check my channel out and see what all's being hosted over there. Trying to keep people entertained a lot of the time. They drop in and I'm not there. Okay. Boston Chris is in the house. Boston Chris Comics. Good to have you in there. And like I say, if you're not subbed to me, sub me. Leave me a message on a video and I'll get back to you and get you subbed after the show. Yeah, I'll drop the URL from a Twitch channel in there again. So if you want to go over there and check it out, you got the URL right there. Mr. Non-Hours SQ says that he's going to go. He says, got to go to bed. I understand. You do what you got to do. It's glad to have you with us. Thanks for dropping in. Hope you were entertained while you was here. Splash Page in the house. See somebody talking to him there, so it must be there. There he is. Splash Page Comics. I don't think I missed anybody. I hope not. I love y'all to death. I wouldn't miss you for nothing in the world. So I hope I got everybody covered. And I think that's about it for tonight. Check out my Etsy store. The URL is in the description of every one of my videos. And there's a link on my banner on my channel page. So you can find it that way. Smash the like button before you leave. If you haven't sub me, leave me a comment and I'll get sub back to you. Share this on your social media so everybody, gets to join in the fun we've had. And with all that being said, I'll thank my moderators for being there to help me out tonight. And I guess the only thing left to say is Brenda's crafty. Be like Brenda. the chat will stay up for a little bit, 3 or 4 minutes here. So y'all get subbed up and all. I'm going to leave it up here and, you know, what it's left for me, because it kind of cuts it off. But, you know, what's on there, I'll get subbed to anybody that I've missed, and I'll check my comments and stuff and get y'all taken care of here tonight. So with that being said, Brenda's Crafty. Be like Brenda. Night, everybody.